All right, let's get back to these emails that everybody is sending into the city. No one's getting any responses. Mayor, I have to ask you. You campaign on listening to the people and working for the people. I think that these emails should be read into record. The other citizens need to know what concerns other citizens have, and we need to hear your response in a timely fashion. You're saying that they're read into record, but how do we know what's being said? How do we know what other people's concerns are? It's almost like you're shutting us out. No one comes to the meeting because you treat them as if they're not there. Or you'll sit there and you won't answer their questions. Now, I was there for the Red Door event. They're trying to shut down this event space. Now, all of a sudden, they want to change the word, the meaning of assembly. Now, I thought assembly meant you assemble, you meet, you greet, you talk, or whatever. The city building inspectors are threatening if these people have community events. Like a lot of people go there, we cannot afford, the community cannot afford certain places to have birthday parties, or it's quite costly when you don't have the economics to have these things. So what they do is they rent a space about $40 an hour to have an event for their children at the Red Door Creative Space. Now they're putting pressure on the landlord of the realty company that rents to these people and says, hey, if they continue to have events, which means food, music, little birthday parties, we're going to fine you. We're going to fine you. We're going to fine you until you evict them. I don't think that's right. We went to the mayor and the council, and they acted like they didn't know anything about it. I want to believe they knew nothing about this because they've attended events at the Red Door. We do the Jonesy. They did the second annual Officer Jonesy Community Thanksgiving Dinner. We had a Easter program this year, first time, that was given by the Red Door Creative Event. Because what these people do, when they have these events, they take the money that they make and they pour it back into the community. We had 178 children and parents and stuff come out for that event. For some reason, they want to shut it down. Is it because the Paramount is right around the corner and adjacent to it? And people are throwing rocks and hiding their hand. They don't want these young people, these young entrepreneurs, the businesses that Vivian said that she would encourage, black-owned businesses in the city. Are we shutting this small business down for what reason? For what reason? There's never been any police events. In fact, the building inspector lied when he said he was there at 12:01 and I was there until 9:30 and the very last person to leave. So he wasn't there. That's initially brought us into court. I would like for the mayor and the council to realize that there's other folks doing things besides people in your clique. Okay, we're not asking you to give out no awards. That's not what they're doing this for. They're doing it for the community, Mayor. Now, I'm going to ask you to go to your building inspectors and ask them to be a little more cordial, respectful, and honest, because they weren't honest at all from the beginning of this thing, and they're still not being honest about it. And if they continue to fine these people, then we're going to have to do something about that. Somebody needs to rise up against this City Hall and what's going on here in City Hall, because it's just not right. We don't have a quality of life. You're talking about quality. We don't have a police blotter. I want to know if I can go down Main Street. I want to know if I can hang down near Kennedy Chicken every now and then. I want to know that if I go to Pokesey Park, I'm going to be safe after hours. And Pokesey Park, I don't even want to talk about Pokesey Park. What a travesty, what they've done to that Tranquil Park. Now, we didn't have Cinco de Mayo this year. We did not have Cinco de Mayo this year. For 17 years that I remember, we've always had Cinco de Mayo. Hundreds and hundreds of people coming into Peekskill. Cinco de Mayo sponsored largely by Ruben from Ruben's Cafe. Now, I enjoyed Cinco de Mayo. Why would the city manager allow such an event that we've had for 17 years not to go on? Why would he raise the rich? Now you want to charge for the showmobile? I gotta wonder, is everybody being treated the same here? When it comes to events, I look at the Firehouse. The Firehouse has all of these cultural events. Are these people paying for these events? Kwanzaa, all of this stuff that you got going on there. Are they paying for these events? But the volunteer firefighters, on the other hand, can't even use the community room. Has the firehouse turned into a community hub for the politicians in certain businesses in this city? Like I said, they have a great big event on Ancestry or something coming up there. Are they paying the firehouse for this? Who's hosting these things, and where does this money come from, and where does the money go once it's raised? There's several events that were held at this firehouse. Where does this money go? Did Matt use Cinco de Mayo to pick up a downfall in finances that we're having? I mean, he doubled the police. He the showmobile. He wanted to charge them astronomical. I think they went from $4,000 to $11,000. That's quite a jump. That's quite a jump. I don't know. It all falls on the city manager. Everybody, this is our city manager run government. We have to hold this guy's feet to the fire. It ain't gonna be hard. He don't wear socks, no way. Let's get this guy and hold his feet to the fire. I mean, no Cinco de Mayo. What's next? I see the Juneteenth is coming up. I see the Gay Pride, Peekskill Pride has something coming up. In fact, they have the judge as a keynote speaker, which I love Judge Johnson. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know that it's appropriate for him to be the keynote speaker for the flag raising of the gay flag outside City Hall in June. I personally would tell him not to do it. You know, he can do what he wants to do. Like I said, I love him. I got his back no matter what. I just don't think it's appropriate for the judge of the city of Peekskill to be honoring the Juneteenth flag raising.